Welcome to Church Words, where we take a look at some of the Bible's most important words and examine their meanings. I'm Jake and this is Allie, and today we're going to look at the word idol.
I think I've seen that word before.
You probably have. Many people often consider their most beloved celebrity their idol. But how is the word used in the Bible? The word idol is mentioned all throughout the Old Testament and occasionally in the New. It's specifically mentioned in the second of the Ten Commandments. You shall not make for yourself an idol. So idols must be a pretty big deal to God if that was commandment number 2. But what is an idol? According to Webster's dictionary, an idol is a representation or symbol of an object of worship, broadly, a false god.
So when the Israelites made that golden calf and worshipped it, that's an idol?
Yep.
Oh, well, at least that's not an issue today.
Well, it kind of is. First of all, yes, there are still people today that worship other gods, some being in the form of objects or statues, like what Hindus worship, for example. But idolatry is a bit more broad than simply worshiping an image. Let's go back to Webster's definition of an idol, a representation or symbol of an object of worship. This means that whatever you worship is your idol.
Well, I've never bowed down to anything, or anyone.
Yes, but there's more to worship than that. Anybody and anything can be worshipped. Whatever you value the very most in life is what you worship. It could be a person, a hobby, an object, whatever it is. If you love it more than anything else, that is your object of worship. Which brings us back to the word idol. As I stated earlier, the second commandment in the Bible states that we are not to make for ourselves idols. What God is actually saying is that we should not have any other objects of worship in our lives but Him. This is only reaffirmed in the previous commandment, you shall not have any other gods before me. God calls us not to have idols because they're not worthy of worship or praise. They're created objects that are incapable of fulfilling a human's needs and desires. Instead, God wants us to come to Him in worship. He's the only one worthy of that praise.
So basically, an idol is anything that you love and value more than God?
Exactly, and that's a word to remember.
Good morning, everyone. I want to show you is indeed one of the people I admire and respect most. But it seems that the word idol is not appropriate because he is not a rock star, but a politician. I believe that in most people's impression, Africa is almost synonymous with poverty, the famine, and the war, just like China decades ago. But we Chinese people finally got rid of the oppression of the Western colonists and the influence of older forces by relying on the leadership of great leaders and our own unremitting efforts. We have successfully built our motherland into a prosperous and a powerful country. Has there ever been a red song in Africa that lights up the way for the African people? Of course. That's the idol I want to introduce to you guys. Meet the Thomas Sankara. Sankara was born in a military family in Upwater, one of the least developed countries in Africa under the French colonizing system. When he studied abroad in youth, he witnessed the people's uprising and the collapse of the corrupt governments in another country. At the same time, the communism also greatly affected him. Finally, he was determined to liberate his motherland. After seizing power, he changed the name of the country to Burkina Faso, which means the country of just and honest people, and personally designed the new national flag and the national anthem. Thomas Sankara's domestic policies mainly focused on the fight against the corruption, the promotion of the afforestation, the elimination of famine, the development of education and healthcare, and put forward the policy of developing an independent national economy. Sankara first put forward the idea of building the Green Great Wall, that is, build the green belt across the east and west coasts of Africa in the south of the Sahara Desert to block the swelling of the desert. Thomas Sankara also advocated land reform by redistributing the land of federal landlords, giving the peasants the equal land rights, increasing the food production, and basically realizing the food self-sufficiency. The most valuable thing is that he was almost the first leader in Africa to propose the liberation of women. He also said that women can hold up half the sky. Under the leadership of Sankara, this country understood what development is for the first time. He wants to vaccine children all over the country. He wants to build the hospitals and the schools all over the country. He also wants to build a transportation network connecting the whole country. He also wants to do a lot, but it didn't work in the end. His bold and radical reform touched the vested interests of France and his former comrades in arms. Finally, under the joint conspiracy of two, he was killed. Burkina Faso finally returned to the backward and closed country. But his people did not forget him, and his spirit still impressed the young people there to work hard for the ideal society. Idealists have that kind of a unique personality charm. I think it comes from their selflessness and firmness, which is exactly what most people like. I hope we can firm ourselves. Well, I can firm myself and contribute to our society, to our world.
Cam is a boy who loves playing and watching football. He is a fan of Barcelona and enjoys every match of it. It is a good way for him to release prayer in the spare time.
我操！这两个字可以收一下。牛批牛批啊！
你喜欢梅西吗？
Where did my money go? How can I be so poor? How can they be so rich? I will be a rich woman one day. After we look at the video about the Forbes list of the world's richest people, I will introduce some idols in finance. The first one is Jeff Bezos. He founded the world's largest online bookstore, Amazon, and on March 9, 2016, he announced that Blue Origin, which was founded by himself, will launch a main test flight of the New Shepard reusable orbital spacecraft in 2017, with paying passengers expected to fly in 2018. and he was named Time Magazine's Person of the Year in 1999. In February 2014, when he was only 50 years old, he became the seventh richest person in the world. In 2015, he ranked fourth on Forbes list. What's more, he topped the Forbes list 4 years in a row from 2018 to now. Next one is Bill Gates. At the age of 13, he began to design computer programming, and in 1975, he founded Microsoft with his friend Paul Allen. Bill Gates served as the chairman, CEO, and the chief software designer of Microsoft. In 2000, Bill Gates established the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. In 2008, Bill Gates announced that he would donate $58 billion of his personal fortune to charitable foundations. In November 2017, Bill Gates was elected as a foreign academician of Chinese Academy of Engineering, and he became the richest people in the world for 13 consecutive years from 1995 to 2007. Bill Gates stepped down as chairman in 2014 and returned to become the world's richest man. From then on, he topped Forbes' list until 2016. In October 2021, he ranked fourth on the list. And the third one is Warren Buffett. Buffett bought a large stake in the Washington Post in 1972, and his intervention boosted the paper's profits by an average of 35% a year. A decade later, Buffett's $10 million investment had grown to $200 million. In 1980, he paid $120 million for a 7% stake in Coca-Cola. Over the course of more than 3 decades, Buffett earned a huge cash return on the investment every quarter, totaling about $7 billion. In 1999, Buffett bought 4.35 million shares of General Dynamics, an American high-technology defense industry company, and the share price rose to $113 by the end of the year. In February 15, 2011, he received the Medal of Freedom, America's highest civilian honor. In 2008, Forbes ranked him as the richest people in the world. On March 21, 2017, Warren Buffett ranked number 2 on the Forbes list, and in 2016, he held the 3rd place. In 2021, he ranked the 6th. And the last one is Ma Huateng. Ma Huateng became one of the Tencent's main founders in 1998. As a diversified company, Tencent owns social and communication survivors such as QQ, WeChat, and Weibo, Tencent News, and online video survivors Tencent Video. On December 18, 2018, the CPC Central Committee and the State Council awarded Ma Huateng the title of Pioneer in Reform and the Medal of Pioneer in Reform. On August 7, 2017, Ma Huateng became the richest people in China. On October 25, 2018, Ma Huateng retained the 2nd place on the China 400 Rich list. In March 2019, Manhattan ranked 20th on the Forbes list in the world. In 2020, he became the second richest people in China, and in 2021, he ranked 5th in the Forbes list in the world. So everyone can have the chance to become rich as they work hard. Just let us study hard and become a rich man.
Evelyn loves Korean dramas. She knows many stars. Watching TV plays is one of her favorite pastimes. Not only that, she often shares the news of the stars with us.
Cute! So handsome!
She also likes idols, so she often watches her favorite idols in concert and on stage.
Wow! Have you seen the GQ ceremony held in Sanya this year? There's so many stars! Wow! Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about entertainment idols. Entertainment idols are people who are engaged in acting activities and stand out in acting, singing, dancing, or appearance. They tend to be better known to the public compared to idols in other fields. Some top idols even represent an era. They have a huge fan base that is eager to buy the movies and concerts they appear in. They often have an equal relationship, with idols constantly striving to put out new works to give back and gain fans, and fans giving strength from their idols. The idols in the entertainment industry consider to have their own talents, which is why they are liked by many fans. First, actors such as famous Chinese martial arts stars Jackie Chan, actor Wu Jing, the beautiful actress Li Zheba, and Angelababy. Famous foreign actors like Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, and Lily Collins. Famous singers include Adele, Taylor Swift, Ethan Chen, J. Besides, the idol groups TF Boys, EXO, and Blackpink. My favorite idols are the rising star Jackson Yi, the leader of the Oscar-nominated Battle Days, and the Battle at Lake Changjin with 5 million at the box office, who has been my idol for 5 years, and famous beautiful actress Anne Hathaway. Besides showing rich works for the public, idols often attend charity events in their lives, and they donate millions to disaster relief when disaster strikes. People also take their idols as role models and spread positive energy to become better versions of themselves. Society becomes better through the positive role of these idols. However, some morally corrupt idols, for example, idols who have committed rape and drug crimes, illegal surrogates, and disorderly private lives. These people bring incorrect values to their fans and have a huge negative impact on their underage fans. There are also many destabilizing factors in society when following these morally corrupt idols. Pursuing an idol in the entertainment industry is a wonderful thing. You may like him because of his outstanding beauty or maybe because of his distinguished acting skills and moving singing voice. But we must remain rational. Do not forget that idols are also ordinary people. Only the correct treatment of their relationship with the idol. They can grow together with idols.
Hi, I'm going to share with you the idols of science. Do you know who these four people are? Yeah, they are Qian Xuesen, Yu Min, Tu Youyou, and Yuan Longping. Let me introduce one by one. First one is Qian Xuesen. Qian Xuesen was born in Shanghai and graduated from National Jiaotong University. He is a world-famous scientist. He is an academician of the Chinese Academy of Science and the Chinese Academy of Engineering, and the winner of the Medal for Meritorious Service of 2 Bronze and 1 Star. He is also known as the father of Chinese aerospace, father of Chinese missile, father of Chinese automatic control, and king of rockets. Qian Xuesen's return to service pushed Chinese missile and atomic launches forward at least 20 years. The second scientist is Yu Min. He is a nuclear physics and winner of the country's top science and technology award. He solved a series basic problems and played a key role in the breakthrough of the principle of hydrogen bomb in China. Since then, he had long led theoretical research and design of nuclear weapons, and solved a number of large theoretical problems. He has made important contributions to the further development of China's nuclear weapons to the advanced international level. His famous saying is, "Sooner or later, a man's name will disappear, and it is enough to console himself by integrating his own meager strength into the cause of a great power." The third scientist is Tu Youyou. Tu Youyou laid the most important foundation for administering treatment of human malaria, which was vigorously promoted by China and the World Health Organization, saving the lives of millions of malaria patients around the world, especially in developing countries, and make revolutionary contribution to the treatment and control of this major parasitic patient's disease. He has also become the most brilliant example of promoting the inheritance and innovation of traditional Chinese medicine with scientific methods to the world. The final one is Yuan Longping. Yuan began researching hybrid rice in 1964 and succeeded in cultivating the world's first high-yield strain in 1973. In his work, spanning more than 5 decades, he helped China work a great wonder, feeding nearly 1/5 of the world's population, with less than 9% of the world's total arable land. He is an expert in hybrid rice breeding in China. He is the pioneer of the research and development of hybrid rice. and is known as the father of hybrid rice in the world. When one said he had two twins, who enjoying the cool shade beneath rice planets taller than men, and to see hybrid rice grow all over the world to help solve the global food shortage. Although we are heartbroken by his passing, he lives in our hearts and is remembered by all. Finally, we should thank scientists for their contributions and efforts to make our country strong and keep us away from disease and hunger. We should learn from them and devote ourselves to the construction of our country.
中国人怎么不行啊？说外国人能搞的，难道中国人不能搞？
高兴，但是很难的事情并且不太符合我的兴趣，但是爱国主义家国兴趣。
咱们国家进行这么一个伟大的事业啊，能做点自己微薄的贡献嘛，还是觉得非常荣幸。这辈子
这个东西如果有一点瑕疵，我们对不起国家。不是我个人有点关系，不大，它是一大群人的拼搏和努力。
航天有这种习惯，只要你管这件事情，他就要认认真真的负责到底的。所有的事情能有今天，都不是说出来的，都是干出来的。
第一个梦是活下10年梦，就是追求水上的高产更高产。第二个是大江水上不盖远游梦。
我比喻算什么？我不过是一个吴孟超嘛，还算什么？救治病人是我的天职。
青蒿素，中医药给世界的一份礼物。这不仅是授予我个人的荣誉，也是对全体中国科学家团队的嘉奖和鼓励。
科学是一个伟大的事业，我们从事科学研究，不是为了个人，为了科学，为了国家，为了人民，无私奉献，科学报国。
健康所系，性命相托，就是我们医务人员的初心。保障人民群众的身体健康和生命安全，是我们医者的使命。
Cam is a boy who loves playing and watching football. He is a fan of Barcelona and enjoys every match of it. It is a good way for him to release prayer in the spare time.
我操！这两个字可以收一下。牛批牛批啊！
你喜欢梅西吗？
Hello everyone, I'm Beckham. We know that many people have idols and tend to imitate them. Idol is the object of pursuit and worship. And today, I want to introduce my idol, who is very famous in football. He's Messi. Messi
born in Argentina, is a professional football player and serves as a striker. He joined Barcelona from the Old Boy of Newell in 2000 and signed the first professional contract. The first contract was signed on a napkin. The director of Barcelona would not predict what imperative influence Messi would bring. He helped Barcelona win many championships and broke multiple records. When he played for his national team, he helped Argentina win the second place in the World Cup in Brazil and win the Copa America championship this year. And in August, Messi freely joined Paris Saint-Germain. He won the Golden Globe Award 7 times. Just last week, he won his 7th Golden Globe Award. Undoubtedly, Messi is one of the best football players in the world. I like Messi is not just because of his outstanding skills in playing football. His personalities are also attractive. He performs modestly in public and never exaggerates his achievements or something else. In a charity career, Messi established his own foundation and donated millions of money to provide vulnerable children with access to education and healthcare. Not only that, Messi made large donations to hospitals in Barcelona and Argentina during the worst month of pandemic last year, enabling them to purchase all necessary materials to fight with coronavirus. Also, he led the anti-hunger campaign and helped the children in Africa to get rid of hunger. There's no doubt that Messi's work through his foundation is commendable. It also reveals the other side of a world-class sports star. A public figure with a great influence should be responsible for his words and make contribution to the society. And we have idols because most of us are ordinary people with no such special talents. So we can be attracted by some people with special talents. We need to find the shining points on them to enrich ourselves and not imitate them blindly. Only if we choose the right idols, move towards their footprints, and learn from them, can we improve ourselves. That's all. Thank you.